I got married right after high school. I said I was going to marry the first person that asked me, and that's exactly what I did, because I was afraid no one else would ever ask me. I graduated in May, got married in June. I was 17. Now, I had asked Jesus into my heart when I was 10, but I hadn't grown any spiritually. Actually, I didn't experience any spiritual growth until after I was an adult and was raising my own family. And it was at that time is when I grew. But I didn't know that I needed to pray about who I was going to marry. That began a very long and difficult road. See, I started working when I was 16 and have been working all my life. I've actually been in the medical field over 40 years now. And as nurses, sometimes we have to do some pretty difficult things. I've worked in several different specialties, all the way from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet and several places in between. And some of those jobs are not too pleasant. But I want to tell you, the hardest job I've ever had, I mean the hardest job, was being a mom. Now, the Bible tells us, we know that our children are a gift from God. But personally, I think it would have been a great idea if God would have given us a hand manual, a personal manual to go with each one, because they are all different. No one thing works on all of them. It's amazing to me how two people can produce so many different personalities. And if you have more than one child, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the gene pool in our house was crazy because, you see, I raised 3 children who all had a different mom and a different dad. One was adopted from Kansas, one was adopted from Thailand, and the other was biological. So you can see we had all kinds of crazy in our house. Now, when my kids were young, there wasn't, there's not a lot of anything too traumatic that happens. They're under your feet, and you may think that it's chaos, but there aren't any big issues. It's after they get a little older that things really start to get hard.